cannot make money by reading the news, because in this business we write the news, we make the news, we don't read.
Build up your training confidence and you'll see how your profits will soar.
This business is profitable, but you had to find a way to do it.
Had it not been for the mentors that were responsible pretty much for my success in many ways, I don't know that I would have achieved some of the successes I have achieved over the years.
I was largely self-taught through books and tapes and courses and seminars and all that, but that only got me so far. And I was very lucky in that on 2 separate occasions I met a couple of gentlemen who became like my own personal mentors. I have an aptitude for this, and I am pretty good at what I do, and I think that when you kind of give something back to a business that's been good to you, you know, benefits come to you in other ways. So if I can help somebody reach their goals, you know, who knows, maybe they'll come back sometime later on and teach me something new.
I'm giving back in the same sense that many traders that came before me and are even more successful than I might be have given to me.
One of the gratifying things about being a mentor is that there are people who do come to us because they've tried everything else, and I can take them the extra distance so that they do become finally successful traders. I don't want to mention them by name, but who came to me and said, boy, this was the best money I ever spent, because now I finally have the one ingredient that I needed to make the whole thing work and come together.
You need that response. You need some input from someone who can contextualize the information you're learning so as to make your process that much more efficient and to give you a confirmation as to whether or not you're heading down the right track or the wrong track, and it makes all the difference in the world.
Success comes from being in your comfort zone. There are a lot of endeavors where we humans are urged to push the envelope and have our reach exceed our grasp and all that good stuff. And that's great if you're training for the Olympics, but not if you're trading, because the fact is that our brains are not really hardwired to be natural-born traders. We have a tendency to stay in losing trades too long and get out of winning trades too soon. And so we want to find the style that's going to work for the individual student.
I teach them the shortcut. There is no reason for them to pay by losing in order to learn the business. We can make money while we're learning. The only question now is, how can you avoid the feelings and emotions that go within your, like your mentality when you're a trader, when you start trading, regardless of the system. I mean, any system is better than no system. You can buy on Monday, sell on Friday. Be my guest. If it works more than 60% of the time, that's a system. It's successful. Do it. The question is doing it. Most people don't. So a novice guy is easy to mold. I have more of a problem with someone that is like a trader for 15 years. I've had a lot of those. And then I even tell him, why do you want to join the program? How can I help you? I mean, why are you coming to me? I'm going to probably learn from you as much as you will learn from me. And his answer is, he needs a system, a simple method that he can follow through with and have the discipline to do it, because that is the problem with most people after several years of trading. So a novice person doesn't have this problem. All you have to do is mold him, show him the right way to do it, and he's not going to be looking out the window like Farmer Joe to check the weather to decide whether he's going to be buying soybeans or selling it today. That's not the way it works. And he doesn't have to be reluctant to follow a method that I'm teaching him, because it's the only method that he knows. So novice students have an edge.
It's not a matter of telling me or teaching me from square one how to trade. It's how can I improve on what I already know? Or are there other things that might improve the overall performance of my strategies? very specific, and I deal with this all the time. I have one student in particular who is already quite proficient in day trading. He trades one market, the Yemeni Dow, day trades it. He's developed a number of systems that are very relevant to that market. And his question to me at the outset was, Glenn, can you provide or can you help me codify and develop specific money management protocols that are relevant and going to be significantly beneficial in my own trading? So yeah, that's the answer. If you've got traders that are more downline in terms of their experience and have already acquired degrees of proficiency, it's usually a question of helping them on specific aspects of their trading so that they can improve accordingly. That's what I like to do there.
I guess you could say that mentoring is a perfect way for me to be able to customize the approach like you mentioned. I'll give you a couple examples. In the case of spread writing, for example, if I'm writing a credit spread, I have to constantly ingrain upon the student how important it is to just not worry about the immediate result, because there might be fluctuations in the option prices that are going to scare the client. You don't get that in a book, and a book's going to tell you that there's a gradual erosion of premium, and eventually the spread goes away and you collect the premium and that's yours to keep forever. But in the meantime, during that period of time, the market does all kinds of funky things, and the student who is not experienced will freak out. You can't get that kind you can't get a voice behind the microphone to tell them, hey, this is just a normal thing that happens in the marketplace. You just have to stick with what we're doing here, because the trend is ultimately going to prevail and the time premium will erode and the trade will be a successful trade. So it's amazing how important it is for new traders and even veteran traders to keep their emotions in check and to understand that trading is very much a head game. So we're as much of a coach to help them keep their mind straight as they're trading as we are anything else. The technical stuff, sure, can be taken from books and seminars. That's how I learned it. I went to the library and I just took out as many books as I possibly could about these subjects, but you can only go so far. And I learned the hard way to control the emotional aspect of trading. It's much easier for me to be able to really shorten that learning curve by telling people, hey, you're doing this right, just stick with it. Your emotions are starting to cloud your thinking here. You're starting to get worried about something that doesn't deserve being the concern. Normal market fluctuations, you have to discuss in the context of what they're doing and get them to become psychologically better prepared for trading, because it is a head game.